Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
This world is changing more and more every day, and we've decided to change right along with it. My name is Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the president of Trajectory TV Network. At Trajectory, our vision is to provide a creative platform for top content creators and storytellers from around the globe. We're also dedicated to providing this world with content that is healing, educational, empowering, exciting, and above all else, entertaining and transparent. So right now, I invite all of you who believe yourselves to be global game changers to use the link found here and simply take a chance. Schedule a virtual chat where you'll have the opportunity to share your vision for your very own global television show with me, the network president. So use that link, and together, let's begin changing and healing this world, one story at a time. And remember, whether you have years of experience in front of the camera or zero experience, it doesn't matter. What matters the most is your desire to share great content through television and a willingness to share it with passion and with purpose. You might ask, how do I know if I've fallen in love with my purpose and my purpose has fallen in love with me? It's easy when you've lost your voice because you just can't stop talking about it. I'll see you soon.
You can navigate the legal and emotional journey of divorce and exit a marriage the way you entered it, with mindfulness, love, and respect. Solace Divorce Mediation is a full-service law practice helping couples focus on the health and well-being of children and their forever co-parenting family. Our streamlined divorce journey offers flat fees with an estimated completion timeframe of 2 to 4 months. If you or a friend need us, visit solacedivorce.com.
Don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
I'm going to keep on ringing it until you wake your ass up. Now that's more like it. Good morning. Welcome. That was for you. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris, and I am so excited to be here. It is a blessing. It is an opportunity, and it is simply divine. And what makes it so special? I'll tell you what. The fact that together, you and I, we are fulfilling one of the greatest promises available to humankind, and that is the one that guarantees us when two or more of us, we come together, we got the same mindset, we got the same heart set, we have a soul spirit that is in agreement. Spiritual magic is what happens. That is not just a gimmick. It's not a prop. It is a real thing here on Bathrobe Moments. It is the bell of purpose, and I ring it on purpose. And why? Well, first of all, because it's an opportunity to know that just like that bell, when you hear it ring, the truth has a ring to it too. So there's some out here in this dialogue. Get involved. This is an immersive experience. Ain't no sitting back being entertained. Well, maybe a little bit, but you know what I mean. Today's a great show. How was your weekend? The weather was just awesome here in the Chicagoland area. I had a busy one. Went to see a wonderful show. You remember our team? We were in Romania with the Power of We just about 3 weeks ago. We came back and we were there for a full week. Headed up the Romanian version of me, if you will, there, putting that part together for months and months. Mike Suvica was here with his team, and they performed his show, Daddy Dear, at the Stan Mansion in downtown Chicago, Logan Square. A group of us went, and it was epic. It truly was. You can watch the replay on all of my social media, and if you're interested in the dates of where you can catch this and all of Mike's work with the Unfortunate Thespian Group, get at me and I'll make sure you have that. We'll put it in the show notes for your convenience. Today is a great day. It's a great show. I meant to bring a bag downstairs and I forgot, but during the commercial break at the bottom, I'm probably going to run and get it. It's a bag where I started at age 50. Keeping the prescription bottles. I would get rid of the extra meds and stuff. You don't want those laying around, but I kept the bottles because I knew moving into this new season over that halfway point, if you will, the meridian, I call it, of the age of 50, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just buying into whatever anybody told me about my health. And that bag is about this big. Now, I'm not kidding. I'm going to bring that. I didn't even know they made Ziploc bags that big. My husband, Brian, went and found it at Home Depot. You can almost fit a kindergartner in it. It's that big. And it is full of prescription bottles. I didn't take all of them, but I'm in the VA, so they send it when you go. But I have decided to do a lot of other things, as many of us have done, as far as alternatives, holistic, better ways that suit our particular journeys. And today we've got a really interesting show here. We've got, wait a minute. I need to say this to you guys. Thank you so much yesterday. It was my birth mother, Lucille's 93rd heavenly birthday. And I go every year to visit her at her grave. And you guys are always so nice. Most of you some of you were even texting me before I posted and you remembered on your own. So thank you for your kindness. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. So happy birthday, Mom. So today, this show is, if you've all been asking about it, we have Keith Leon S. And I didn't get it out of order because I already, Lauren, senior moment. No, he'll explain later. But he's here. Who is he, though? He's a 7-time award-winning, 9-time international best-selling author, and he owns a successful publishing company. And he's also, a filmmaker. Keith has appeared on many popular radio and television broadcasts such as ABC, CBS, NBC, and The Jenny McCarthy Show, just to name a few. And his work has been covered by great periodicals like Inc. Magazine, LA Weekly, The Huffington Post, Publisher Magazine, and Succeed Magazine. I like that title. He has recently interviewed doctors, scientists, researchers, health advocates, you name it, to explore all kinds of very important health-related topics. And the film, which is coming out, we'll talk about that today, the inside, capital I-N, side of, the inside effects, how the body heals itself. And this launches July 8th. And then in the film, Keith shares his personal journey of healing, and he explores many health related topics with some experts. So we're going to get him in here, and there's a bunch for you. And we have Mark Hattas with us because Mark is doing something in there. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm just going to put him on the spot and make him. He hates to talk about himself. You guys remember Mark, co-founder of Journey's Dream and Amity. A lot of us are members of Amity, the social media group where we go for mental health, loving on each other. And also, you remember he was here with his book not so long ago either. So put your hearts on the screen. It's our virtual way of being respectful and being grateful that we're about to be poured into. So do it right now, won't you? They're free and they're painless. Put some hearts on the screen as we welcome Keith Leon S. and his sidekick today, Mark Hattas, aka Robin. So I was watching y'all, and I saw it took you a minute to get that Batman reference. They were like both in there, huh? Oh, I saw it simultaneously. You did it. Good morning. How are you?
Happy Monday. I am fantastic. Great to be here.
Good. Well, most of the talking today is most likely going to be you. No, I mean me. No, probably you. No, probably. We'll see. Anyway, in other words, Mark probably won't have much to say because he's really here to support, even though, we all know, you all know Mark. And Mark, I just want to say one thing about your lovely new office before we get officially started here. It looks great, except you should have a plant or something. I don't see anything.
I've got some right here. I need some more, but I've got a couple.
So there's another. I gave Mark a plan. I'm just to put it out there, and he should know that you're supposed to suck up when we're on somebody's. You haven't killed it yet. No, okay, Mark. It looks great, and it's and actually, it kind of ties into what we're talking about here today because it is alive and it's feng shui-esque. And I was led to get it for you, and when I was picking, they said that one.
It's awesome. I love it.
Right, and Keith, where are you in the world today?
I'm in Lake Placid, New York.
That's made famous from the Winter Olympics. I remember because I was a kid, and so, is that where you live?
That's where I live half the year for the second year now. I live, I'm like half the year in Florida and half the year usually in Vermont, but this is our second year in
Florida
because that's how I got my wife. I was born and raised in California, and I got her to move to Vermont to the mountains on the one condition that if it even threatened to snow, I would get her out of there and we would head south. So,
well, that was a setup. You said mountains.
I know.
Where the mountains come, what, everybody? Together now. Snow. Okay. But you were clearly bedazzled by all of her wit and charm and beauty, as we all are with our soulmate. So, Keith, let's just get to it. How did you meet Mark? And what brings you two here together today?
Wow. We met at a place called CEO Space. It's where CEOs come together and...
Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this.
CEOs come together and learn how to like create their business and grow their business in a way that they can sell their business. And I was on faculty at that event, and that's where Mark and I met and connected. I would say connected, not met. Recognized each other, felt like we knew each other from millennia, and man, we spent a lot of time reconnecting. I would say.
And you're involved in this thing here today together, right? You and other people, the two of you and other people.
Yeah. Well, I made the film The Inside Effects, How the Body Heals Itself, and that was its own project. And in that, we are exploring how the body is able to heal itself, and a lot of topics. One that you brought up, by the way, we are led to believe by the media and pretty much everything that pills are the answer to everything, and so that is one of the things that we dive knee deep into in the film, and so towards the end there are 29 experts in the film, and toward the end they are starting to offer some of the ways to heal your body through emotions, right? Through what you were talking about, thinking, right? We create with what we know, what we think, what we believe, right? Two or more are gathered, like you said, in
Yeah.
agreement, right? It is
Yeah.
done. So they start to really get into that, and when I completed the film, I was like, there's so many topics in this film, and I feel like people at the end of the film are going to go, okay, I'm on board. I totally get it. I got a few tips, but now exactly what do I need to start and get this to do it? Right. And so that's why I created the Inside Effects book, and Mark is in that book. So
Okay.
that book is specifically, I'm ready now. What do I do? And even though I had 29 experts in the film, I was not able to have all of the people who I knew could really speak to this topic
I
in,
know.
right?
Duh.
So there's
Clearly, because I'm not
so,
in.
so there's 22 more people in the book, right? So
Oh
yeah, so
my-
you're hearing from 29 plus 22, so you're really meeting a lot of people that have a lot of knowledge.
and that was me sucking up to get in the sequel.
Right.
I'm just letting you know because you never know if they catch them or not. So I'm just
Yes.
going to grind that one in like an old cigarette butt. Let me ask you something. Well, not really ask you something. I'm going to put something out there as we get started. Think about this, you guys. I wrote it down. When Keith said the thing about healing through emotion, I know everybody kind of stopped. Wait, did he say healing through emotion? And then at first I was like, is that even possible? But then think about it. We just self-destroy through emotion, and nothing is ever about one thing. If it can go one way, it can go the other. So, right, if you can kill yourself through emotion, why can't you heal yourself through emotion?
Right.
So, first of all, just where do you want to start with the book? Well, I know this. How about this? You, in a sense, I believe I get it now. It's coming. Here it comes. Slowly but surely. You were 310 pounds once. I think I had the number right.
Mhm.
And I have a feeling you use some of what what we're talking about here today to get from that to what you are today. And wherever it is you want to go, if anywhere beyond that. In other words, it's the same train.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I was 310 pounds because I was taught, it's conditioning, right? Everything is conditioning. I was taught to eat my feelings and eat when I'm celebrating and eat for everything. And that's what I was doing. And when I had emotions, right? Eat when I was upset, eat when everything. And so the reason I got to 310 and the way that I was able to release it, a lot of that weight, and give it back to the universe was digging underneath and seeing what was underneath, coming to those realizations, like why am I at 310? Well, because you only meet I only ate one meal a day, but not a problem, except for it started when I woke up and it ended when I went to bed. Right. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like one constant meal, was eating for everything. And so that was really the first step, was that realization. And then was the why. What's underneath that? Why am I using food as uh, an elixir, as a fix it? What's
Yeah.
So I really had to get in, and that's where the emotion piece comes in, right? Then
Okay.
started realizing that I was one of the main reasons I was eating was to push down memories from the past. So I had to actually look at those, and then instead of being traumatized by those things, say, what was in it for me? What was I to learn? How can I get the lesson from it so that I can move through? So
Mm-hmm.
really the weight release journey was about coming to the realization of why that it was happening. Because before that, I did every diet I could drop 100 pounds, but I would put it right back on. I was a yo-yo dieter because I thought that was the fix, because
Yeah.
that's what the media told me. And so yeah, so that started that journey. And
So, okay. Now, you guys put in the comments if you thought like I did originally when you just saw the title. And Mark, I'm throwing this to you because when you heard about the project, because the book is the same name, um, did you immediately think it was all about like holistic plants and it's because it's not. We didn't even start there. We started with an emotional thing and a tie-in that I know a lot of people are shocked. Wait a minute, you mean he's not going to tell me to go get some jojoba beans or something? Is that a real thing? Or did I make that up? Are those beans?
I don't
We
think
might edit that out later if it sounds stupid because it was. I had to think of something. But you know what I mean, Mark. Did you think it was a book about, healing your bladder, healing, migraines, from the inside? Because it says healing yourself.
No,
What
because
do you think?
I know Keith, and so when they reached out and they were talking about inviting me to be a part of this, um, I knew there are some people in there that are going to be talking about nutrition as well.
Oh yeah.
But there's just such a wide variety of components that go into someone's healing journey. And my story with the whole mental health thing, and it took about 3 years to really get to a place where I was healthy. And then it took such a passion of mine to share with others, to explore all the other things that I learned after. There's so many expertise is one thing that's kind of overused perhaps, because I think what we do is tap into the innate healing properties of our body and then provide ourselves the environment and the support to keep those healing properties active. These bodies know how to heal. They know, but it's hard to do if we're pumping it with poison, or if we're in an environment that's really reinforcing, what has created the disease in the system. So there's whether it's sound therapy and light therapy, or frequency therapy, or some of the amazing therapies that just help release tension from the nervous system. There's so much out there, and I'm thrilled. When Keith first came to me, honestly, I was a little reluctant, because the list of people that are involved in this thing are like a who's who of healing. This is a phenomenal list. John DeMartini and Lynn McTaggart, who I've always been a fan of, and JP Sears.
Are you name dropping?
They're in the book.
Seriously?
They're just 3 of the ones in the movie that are in the book. And I thought, all right, this is something that I have something to
put
share.
that up there.
You contribute. I'm going to contribute it.
Awesome. I'm just giving you a hard time. Now listen. I'm just, how I like to I don't like just a chocolate cone, and I don't like just a vanilla cone, like a swirl. I like to just mix it up. And so I want to throw these pieces in there as we move down this sidewalk of today, inside this topic. I mean, think about it. There are clues everywhere. And, back, if I don't care how far back you believe, creationists or atheists or whatever, but let's just go the creationist route for a second. Adam and Eve didn't walk into the pharmacy. They didn't have to call Walgreens. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have an insurance company. And then what about that one line, that woman, heal thyself? And the thing about it is, it's right there, but people will believe all the parts about do this, you're gonna burn, and not that stuff that they can do that, we can do that, and myself included. I'm not excluding myself, because the thing about it is, what is sad about it is, a lot of us don't aren't even willing to consider that we have this power until we've run out of options, and that means it's a desperate last ditch attempt, which is a totally different experience. If you grab it early, like now on the front end, you go, oh, I have a feeling the outcome is much more powerful. So that's my pitch for the movie and the book. You don't wait until it's like, oh, they were right. For real. Okay. So let's talk about, give us some highlights. Give us what's out next to your own story, and Mark's, of course, outside of you two. Take us to one of the stories that we might be shocked off our asses if you said, I bet you wouldn't have known this. What stands out to you? Dangle a carrot to everybody if you could.
Well, what really started the whole thing for me, and one of the reasons I wanted to make the film, was when I was a child, my aunt was given a 2 weeks diagnosis. She had 2 weeks to live because she had cancer spread out all
Cancer.
throughout her body, and she was a goner, and she better get her affairs in order. And that's what they told her. And she was a God-loving woman, and she was just like, 2 weeks, huh? That's what you give me? She said, I'll come back in 2 weeks. I'll take all of your tests, and we'll see where we're at then. And they're like, okay, crazy lady. She went off. She came
Like
back.
she ain't come back, she'll be dead.
Right. They're like, she ain't coming back, but we'll make the appointment anyway.
Poor thing doesn't
So,
even know.
so she came back 2 weeks later. They did all the same scans, all the same tests, everything gone, completely gone out of her body. Nothing there, no evidence of anything, no trace of anything. And she said there was a line of doctors all the way down the hallway looking at the before and after photos saying, what happened? What happened? And so she shared that with me when I was a child. So I never had a fear of cancer because I knew it could be anything that's been created can be uncreated. And she taught me that, right, from childhood.
Wow.
So I've always been kind of picking the brains of people along the way when I hear anybody got a diagnosis. So I'm like, why is it that someone gets a diagnosis of a month and dies exactly at a month, and some people get a diagnosis and they don't die and they live to be old? What is the difference? What is the difference? I know what my aunt did, right? She told me, but what is everybody else doing? What do they
Did it
do?
stay gone, Keith?
What's that?
So the cancer, it never came back.
They tried to give it to her one more time, and she just basically did the same thing. It was many, many years later.
So she lived a long time after that.
She's still alive now. Yeah.
She's still alive now?
Yes. Yeah, she's in her 80s.
What did she do in that? What did she go like in a closet for 48 hours? Did she climb a hill somewhere and,
Right.
and ate some kind of a guava seed or something? What did she do that got her to walk in there and amaze these people in a short 2 weeks? What did she do?
She did what her master teacher taught her to do, and she loved Jesus, and she believed everything he said. And it happens as you believe. Pray believing that you have, and you'll receive. It's done unto you as you believe. She's a walking, talking demonstration of that. So she did some natural tinctures and all of that, but she'll maintain that it was
But it was her faith.
strictly prayer. It was her faith, yeah, that she could be healed, right? And she told me, even Jesus said that. They're like, you healed me, and he said, no, I didn't heal you. Your faith in me is what healed you. Right?
Exactly.
I'm just like a 7-year-old going, okay, got it, right? Got it, because I saw it demonstrated in front of my eyes, right? And so I really wanted to
But
dive.
not all 7. I just want to say this as a testament to your anointing, because that's what it is to me. That's how I see it, as and everyone in this universe, you all know, because we all have anointings.
Yeah.
So when you start seeing it in others, look for it in yourself. And when you see it in yourself, start looking for it in others. Don't make it about just one or the other. Because you're going to stay in the frame that way instead of coming out of the picture, turning and looking at the big picture, because you're no longer in the frame. Ringing the bell. So now, but here's what I'm saying to you is, I know for me, 7, I've been like, whatever, Granny, and out the door back to play to catch grasshoppers or something. But it landed with you. What I mean is, that is not even something most 7-year-olds are going to go, and it's going to change their life and set them on a course. It's not just something that one size would have fit all, if you ask me. So because it was your anointing. So how did it progress as you grew older? You got at 7, then you're a teenager. So it grows right along with you, is what I'm saying. I think that's is that in the movie? Is that in the book?
Well, no, because this is specifically health journey, but shortly after that, I did write a book about that. Then I started literally hearing my guardian angel's voice, who kept me out of harm's way, who also gave me lessons. And
y'all, we got to come back. You need a special.
There's a book called Walking with My Angels, A True Story, and that's that story. So
that one.
So I started being told, just like I told you before we came on the show, I'm told what to do, and I do what I'm told. That's the bottom line.
See?
Told what to do, and so it was an anointing. It is an anointing, and I'm just fulfilling my life purpose in everything that I do, including this film. So this film is a little edgy. We do get into some things, and my ask at the beginning of the movie is that you finish the movie, because what happened was, I knew a lot of things going in, and I knew a lot of great researchers, doctors, and all the people that Mark put on the list, and I knew these people, and I learned some things on this.
How long is the movie, Keith?
It's 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Okay, that's like a regular movie.
Yeah, and I learned some things interviewing these people that I did not know before, and so that's why I ask everybody just to watch the whole movie with an open mind and stay neutral and just receive.
In other words, do everything the people. Sorry to cut you off. In other words, do all the things the people that didn't know what was inside the secret before they sat and watched The Secret.
Right.
Do whatever they did, and a lot of you were there. Same thing.
Yeah.
I get a feeling that it's the same thing, just different.
However, it's incredible.
I don't mean the same thing as what's in the
not the information.
Secret. I mean, it's another big piece that's being brought to the world, and we'll do what The Secret did.
Yeah.
The Secret made a lot lot quit laughing at something and go, wait, what?
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what it does.
That's what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And it does it from a different place than most of the films that I've seen that even try to broach some of the topics that we broach.
Oh.
The other films, I feel like the producer director has a belief and has an agenda, and they push that for 2 hours. I come in completely neutral, and I ask everybody to meet me in that place. So even these doctors and these people that are in the movie out in the world, they may be like boisterous, F-bomb dropping, like passionate, like need to be right folks, right? They did not show up in this movie like that. The whole thing is neutral. We're presenting information, take it or leave it. If it works for you, great, take it with you. If not, toss it in the bin out the door, like, right. And so it's information for you to take in, see what works for you, and keep it and leave the rest. So this neutral energy, but then, I have JP Sears, so you're going to have some laughing moments, right? Because every time that it started to feel a little heavy, right?
Yeah.
That I could bring the comedy in. So I have 3 like health advocate comedians that lit it up. But then I also got to see part of them that I didn't even know about, that was educated in this field, that was where they were just like heart-centered and so loving in the way that they were sharing. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know about all this. So there was just so many revelations for me. And essentially I took 42 hours of the most valuable information that I'd ever heard and received and had to bring it down to 2 hours and 7 minutes.
We're going to go to that break, I promised you. And I was, I'll be honest with you, I probably heard one word out of everything you just said, because I was the curtain opened up. I'm keeping it real. Y'all know how it works with me. The curtain opened up, and I'm going to tell you what I was shown when we come back, because when we come back, we're going to get into how you can be a part literally of history. I mean, I don't want you to think, oh God, you go. I don't, because I tell you, Lauren don't sell shit. I don't sell you shit. I tell you, and you go do what you're supposed to do or not. So that's how that one rolls. So I'm gonna tell you this. This is a part. Think about this while we're at break. This isn't just buying a book. This isn't just seeing a movie. This is being a part of the beta group that will be able to say, I know it's true. How do you know? Because I was there and I did something with it. We're going to talk about that. If you don't even know what that means and it resonates, more the reason you need to be here Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. so you can get it. And that indeed was a shameless plug. We'll be back in just about a minute and a half. Don't you dare go away. More shows. Straight ahead. Get your questions ready.
On July 4th, 1962, I found myself in the lost and found of mankind. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that it wants to be there. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that the person who lost it doesn't care for that lost item.
You are writing moments that people will learn from, grow from, and heal through for thousands of years. Together, we are co-authoring a unique moment in time. That DNA, those fingerprints, they're going to be gone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But it is your story that they will tell for thousands of years. But only if you leave it Things that do not serve you must go. The longer you wait, the more time you give them to trick you into serving them. 22 homes in foster care, everything I wore as a scar, as a shame, things that started like Velcro on my spirit. After just a few months, then years, then decades, I had believed myself into believing that they were indelible tattoos. Sometimes we have to be broken down to appreciate the view once we start getting up. I want you to leave this place and know that you have been changed. Why? How do I know it's true? Because each of you has just changed.
Welcome back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris, and our guest today, there's two of them. There's Keith Leon S. and his sidekick, Mark Hattas. Hey, welcome back. Welcome. So, okay, this is a lot. Let's go into the part about because now the spokes are gonna go out where this attaches and just goes like arrows into each person that is watching now and in the replay, and that is a fact. This is another component to the awakening, to the gathering, to the new normal. Everything that is happening, everybody knows that all this stuff is happening in our lives. All these things are aligning. Everything's showing up now. So let's take the rest of this interview to the point where why? Because I know you get it, Keith. I see it that you get it, that if people just tie in what they get from you and what they get from me and what they get from Mark and what we get from them, and we put it all together, it's like we don't know. That's why we should want to do it, so we can see what it is. Talk about that and let people know how important it is for them to see this. The issues about, well, where do I go? How is it $30 to see it? Tell them all that stuff they need to know.
Yeah, not only is it important to see, but it's important to show everybody that you know and get them to watch this film, because they can watch it and make their own decisions, but at least they have the education and they learn and see these and hear these things that they will not hear in the mainstream media. So we are putting that forth with love. And so to take it to another level, at the beginning of when everything shut down, my wife got a hit. She said, "You're the messenger. You're the one to help people by delivering this message that the film brings." And I was like, I'm not the one. And because at that time I wasn't getting that message. And so I kept going within, and I was like, no, I'm teaching love. I'm focused on positive things. Right. I'm doing my spiritual thing. Leave me alone. I'm over here doing this work.
Right.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one until about a year ago when I sat down in prayer and meditation and was told I'm the one. I was like, I came out of that. I came to my wife. I said, holy crap, you were right. You're right. So what does that look like? And then I started the development of this film. So what would that be like? What would we do? And who would I interview? And so I wanted to go to all the top experts in every field that I was asking about. And I didn't know any of these people, but when you're on the path and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you just get yeses after yeses after yeses. I didn't even know, and they just go, "Oh God, I see the vision. This is the next thing. This is what everybody needs to hear, right? This is what we need to know coming out of this thing that we've been dealing with the last 3 years. Like, this is the thing." And so they just were yes. It was the yes project, right? And the most incredible thing that I've ever done, and in that I got to meet incredible people and feature people who I know are here and a walking, talking, and demonstration of what they teach and in the world, like Mark, and got to put him in the book that is the next step after the film. So answering the question, if you go to theinsideeffects.com, theinsideeffectsplural.com, you'll see a trailer there. You watch the trailer, feel into that. If that feels like a yes, I want to see this movie, then just put in your name and email address, because I'm not charging you a penny to see this movie. I will tell you in a few weeks how you can access the movie on the launch day, which is Saturday, July 8th, where we will all watch the movie together at the same time. It'll be streamed live, a worldwide premiere. There is no cost for the film. There's no way I could ever charge anybody for this information that's given in the film. And then as the next step, then I offer the book, and that book the book launch is July 5th. It's 3 days before. Would love for it to be already an international bestseller and get to say that when we launch the film, right? So the InsideEffectsBook.com is not an active link now, because it won't be active till the 5th. But and even that is going to be 99 cents for the Kindle and $9.95 for the soft cover, because I want everybody to be able to have access to this information. And that's not like this was one day, it's 99 cents. Right? It's going to stay that way. I want everybody to be able to access this information. So tell anyone and everyone about the film.
We get it.
Free.
We get it right. It's that thing. It's not about the price. It's about the value.
Yes. Exactly.
A lot of people think it's the same thing, but it is not. It is not. I want to say this. I'm going to tell you what the curtain did. When I promised I'd tell you, that was the old promise to pay off, a speaker go-to. Only to be surpassed by the abbreviated pause, also known as the mic drop. Anyway, just a little tip on the house today. Here's what I saw. Now think about it, because I believe everything is purposeful. Everything is slanted or tilted, or every piece within purpose is put there as a clue, as a piece of the formula. It's a part of the baptism into the experience. Every single part of it, or it wouldn't need to be there. You could have just said side effects. You didn't have to say inside effects. If you'd have been told that, that's what would have been there, is my point. So, the curtain part I saw. And look about, this is that legacy piece that we all get to be a part of, woven in. Ripple effect. That was my bread and butter speech for years, because it was a one size fits all. It's a real thing. Ripple effect. Domino effect. Real thing. Nobody questions it. Boomerang effect. Real thing. And then they showed me those, and then it showed me this right beside it with even more benefit, because all of those, it's not ripple effects. It's not domino effects. And it's not boomerang effects. We say singular, but now they've added an S, meaning multiple directions. See, it took that long for that. If you ask, they answer. If you seek, you'll find. So you can sit on your ass and let this pass you by if you want to. But if you really want to see what it's going to do, just watch me, because I'm going to get all of mine. You know that. So, and I know Mark is. So that's how I want to put it to them, Keith, because that's pretty powerful. And here's another litmus test to purpose. All of the objections are always already anticipated and taken off the table. So because I'm gonna tell you now, it ain't one day this isn't gonna work anymore. Well, if I'd have known, well, why didn't anybody tell me? Well, I didn't have enough, but it was too. No, that's your ass. You had a chance and you blew it. Period. That's how I got to put it. Because the thing about it is, yes, it's one thing to get it later when you see what happens to them first. But it's a different experience when you live within the faith that you should never question. And you know when a piece that you've been looking for is sitting right in front of you. So, sorry to take over like that, but they opened the curtain. I saw it. And that's my divine gift. Now I'm play with it. That's why they gave me this chair, in the first place. So what is your greatest, when you dream, because they give you glimpses. They don't give you too much, because we saw what's really going to happen with shit. It's get the death out of us, right? So, but tell us, share with us if you could, as much as you can, because not everything has a word. Not all things can be expressed through words, because nobody's made those words yet, right? So what, the one, what I'm talking about. What is the universal urgency that you feel behind this, because there's a reason.
We are the answer we've been searching for. It's not outside of us. It's right here in this chair, in that chair, in your chair. Like all the answers that we need are right there inside of us, but we're a quick fix society looking for answers outside of us. And that's like the first thing that you spoke to was that we're looking for outside someone else to tell us what to do.
Yeah.
And even that though, someone else to tell us, I feel like that's where a lot of people stop. So even tell us what to do has us what to do in it. But that seems to be the missing piece, right? So we just want to like take a pill and have it be done. So if the answer is I have high blood pressure because I'm stressed out, right?
Right.
Take a pill, but it gives me a whole bunch of other side effects, and it may make a number come down, but it doesn't mean I'm any less stressed. Just
right.
I can take a test and fake it out.
Right.
But inside of me, I still have all the stuff that created it in the first place, and that's a true story, a real story with me. And it was, went to the doctor and got all the tests and everything. 170 over 120 was my blood pressure. Took all those tests, and then the doctor finally asked, after poking and prodding and running and putting all the things on me and all of that. And then she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Oh, I'm in sales administration for Philips Consumer Electronics, Magnavox, so that and Norelco." She's like, "Oh, I should have just asked you that at the beginning." "Do you like your job?" "No, I hate it." "Is your boss nice to you?" "No, he's evil. He's the most evil person I ever worked for. He tells me all the time, just remember, you need us, we don't need you." Like, and she's like, "Well, no wonder. Like you just like want to jump out the window." And I said, "Yes." And she's like,
Pretty
"Oh,
much.
so you don't need a pill. You need to quit that job. You need to leave that job." And so I did immediately, and down came the blood pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only I could do that.
Only you could do that. And I want to put this piece in there because I don't want them to get it twisted. You all, like.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah.
This was the part that he told us about, that he was having some internet troubles. He's like, if I go down, just keep talking.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't want me to say that. Those things that do not serve, be gone. They kill me trying to come down here. They know they ain't allowed down here. Look, here it is. You guys, this is not like, and I ain't gonna use no names, although there is a plenty. I'm talking about when people sell events and things and they say there's a who's who, is based on some shit bread they've been peddling for four decades. I did this thing in the 80s and they still, we're not talking about that. This list of who's who's are who's based on divine experience. Divine experience. So don't get the two confused. When they say who's who, these are people that got stories that blow Lifetime movies out the water. But you don't see them selling it to Lifetime. You see them here offering it to you.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
Catch the clues, people. Or go catch all the dis-ease they're peddling. That's your choice. You can either catch the clues or walk around a leper spiritually. So, and I'm not playing with it because I get you, Keith. And I really didn't until we got here today. Because we're within a sacred space. That's that agreement. That's that covenant. And that is also the universal urgency for everyone.
I think that was everything.
Everything.
We lost you, Lauren.
So go to theinsideeffects.com, put in your name and email address, and we'll send you all the information. Trailer is there, and you can look at that list of all those people that said yes to this film and stepped in with an open heart, but mostly so much knowledge. So much knowledge. And thank you, Mark, for saying yes to the Inside Effects book, because I know that the big vision for this is that it goes out to the world, and the same for the book and that's what I was able to do, is I'm able to introduce you and your expertise and your heart and your love and who you be to the world, you know, and that's what's been the beautiful part of this project to me, is people who I know who are the difference makers on the planet, that I get to feature them and introduce them to the world and their great work. So thank you for all you do, Mark. Thank you, Lauren. I feel
Oh,
your
you're
heart.
welcome.
I feel your heart. I love your work, and appreciate you for having me here today on this
Oh,
call.
this is just, I still say there ought to be a like a follow-up thing after the premiere. Like we
Yeah,
should do a 90-minute special
yeah,
and let people pour your questions into Keith and his people after you watch it. And then we can have a 90-minute special where we can address your questions, your comments. So you get to even go further and deeper and say, because you may have the book by then. And
yeah,
once you put something into your, literally, tangibly into your sacred space, another form of spiritual magic ensues. It just keeps going. It's like a slinky. It's
right.
like a slinky. It just keeps going. So I
Yeah,
really think that's important that
yeah,
people get to come back and report
yeah.
practical, real-time application results.
Right. And I didn't want it to be like the seminar that you go to and you feel great when you're there and then you leave and you don't do anything with it, right? It's like you said, the tangible, having the book, having the next steps literally right there in your hands, so that
Right there.
every time you have the question, what should I do next? How do I do? Oh, wait, it's right here.
You know what that is, Keith? You know what that is, Mark? That's being a great steward.
Yeah.
When you know the truth, you need to get it and keep it within reach. You need to protect it like you do that China your grandmama left you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't use that. That's my holiday stuff. Get your feet off my. Those are just this piece of wood. We're talking about your literal soul
Mm.
and how we affect the souls of others. So what about this? I was saying you had me at we, because you said we are the answer we've been looking for. When I asked you that question, which is not such an easy question.
Yeah.
And because I want to say, man, you pulled that right off the top of your head. But the truth is always right up front.
Right.
It's the first, you don't have to think about it.
Right.
See, that's a clue. Did you catch it? And it's something that makes us work together. It encourages us to work together. The power is we. All of it. If we keep going other places or allow things that do not serve us to convince us we are all alone, both sides of those things, if you're a follower blindly, or if you do with the other one, same result. Do this one thing and everything changes. And Keith, you're so humble. You know, can you talk about this? What is it? I bet you I already know. Isn't it? Do you find it? Speak to this piece. Tell them how it feels when you think about someone who misses what's inside of this. How it saddens you, doesn't it?
Mm. Yeah.
Absolutely. Why do you think that? And you know that doesn't rub off. It doesn't go away, and it's there inside you for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to think about anybody living this life that we chose and being miserable and not feeling, experiencing the beauty and being the reason that we chose to come here, which is love, and being disconnected from that. And so for me to see the media purposely disconnecting people from that piece, right, from love, which is the answer to every question,
Yeah,
is not on my watch. Not if I can help it.
Do you remember the moment you met Mark at that convention? You know how the Clegg light turns on, and it's like you see the path between where you're at and that person, and you just walk straight through that little light tunnel straight over to them. It's confirmation, isn't it? When you see them literally, the universe literally aligning travelers with travelers. Talk about that as we've wrapped this up today.
Mark, hey, talk about that.
You know what? There's I was at a point in my life where I was definitely trying to navigate, and I remember feeling a little bit alone at that time in my story. And when I sat down with Keith and he was sharing some of his experiences with his guardian angel and some of the life path that he had gone on, it's like, oh wait, here's another. You mentioned the word traveler. Here's another heart-centered person who has navigated some extraordinary mystical and very real experience in his life, and done it with grace and ease. At that point when I had met him, and he had a publishing company, which was kind of really cool. And he's published a couple of our books, or my books. And it was sort of like he's the publishing guy, the book guy is what we call them at CEO Space. And, but underneath this book guy who has so many amazing #1 bestsellers, under their label, is this individual, like you said, humble. And I've seen Keith, and I've been to his house, and shared meals with he and his wife Maura, and they're just extraordinary human beings. I mean, they're just beautiful human beings, and it's a privilege and an honor to be part of such a spectacular project.
I feel you.
But yeah, it started with the seed started way back.
And here it is. There it is. Listen, tell everybody on the screen right now, it's a tiny URL for the Inside Effects books launch. Talk about the difference between there's kind of, so they just clear that up before we leave, so they know what's happening here and what's happening on the 5th.
Yeah, the 5th is the international book launch. It's a launch party that you can come to live. You'll meet all the authors that are in the book, and we'll just have fun and create an international best-selling book together live.
Right.
That's the 5th.
So this is where they go. That's what's on.
No.
Right.
Yeah. So
this is different.
Yeah, that's the book launch page. So
that's the book launch page.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that's the correct link.
Yeah, that's the correct link to register for the book launch party that we are going to have on the 5th. Yeah.
Okay.
Really
okay. There it is.
Next book launch. Yeah.
I just love it. I just love it. Giving everybody the opportunity, and you all, just keep it real. Every single human being, all of us, has an innate desire to be a part of something greater than ourselves.
Yeah.
Here it is. Right in front of you. Right. So listen, I'm excited. I'll be there. And I want to talk to you when you have some time. Maybe Mark and I'll talk about it. I see you tonight for dinner in the city.
Yes.
Mark.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a great idea, and I'm offering it. Seriously, everybody, all of you, tell a person, then tell them to tell a person. You don't got to start a camp. All you got to tell one to tell one. Tell one to tell one. Just do that. And going back to your business as usual. But watch what happens. And you're going to be able to find out after you go through all the things that are available here. And then we're going to put together another layer so that you can come and be a part of it again and again and again. Okay. Thank you all so much. This has certainly been a sacred space and a divine moment in time, if I say so myself. Listen, if you liked it, love it, you want more, you want to take great to greater, strong to stronger, or bright to brighter, wake up tomorrow, and you've already done it. I'll meet you at 8 a.m. Central on the front porch so you can tell me all about it. In the meantime, as I always tell you guys, get out there, be the best self you can be, and where you can't, keep going anyway. I'll be back tomorrow in the house. Oh, I have Monica here. I can't even say her last name. She's up. Wait till you see her artwork. She's an artist, and she's in Switzerland, and she'll be here tomorrow to share not only the art on the gallery walls, because we're going to go to her gallery, but the art that's inside of her. She's just got a riveting story, just like you. Keith, thank you. Mark, always an honor. Keith, you got any final thoughts you want to leave people with? Like a Jerry Springer moment.
Go within, go within, go within, go within, go within.
What'd you say?
Go within, go within, go within, go within, go within.
I thought he said go thin. I was like, okay, I can do that. Not to be confused with what did she bring to Allison brought those Girl Scout cookies to something thin mints to bowling last week, arbitrary thought. And I ate the whole thing, the entire, because you know, when you see Girl Scout cookies and it's out of season, you'll pay triple. I'm serious. I was like, I would have mugged her for those thin mints. But anyway, say it again.
Go within, go within, go within, go within, go within.
You've been practicing that, I can tell. Listen, I want to be there. You want to be there. Let's all be there. Get out. Have a great day. And as I tell you every day we leave together, I love, 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 love you. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you
Hey,
Hey there. Good job.
yeah, it was fun. And he had another interview, which I already knew. I've been all dipped up in his stuff, and he does a lot of them. And when I was popping around listening, because he sends those questions, that's what you hear at each one of them. The same questions, the same answers.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Right. So I wasn't about to read off that paper.
You didn't need it. It was good.
That was good. He's got a big piece.
Yeah. I was. You know what? I didn't even know the movie was free. I think that's what an extraordinary gift. And it's a big production, as you know, putting anything like that together.
Yeah.
And to put it out
because
there.
I call that the footprints theory applied to your gift, because I get that. I mean, that's part of the same reason that mindset is the same as why you hear me say Power Week cannot be a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Because the board part is the control, it's the collar.
Yeah.
See, the price tag is the collar. That they give you something because that collar that most people will sell doesn't mean anything to you. That's why they give you that gift, because you will fiercely protect it. You won't sell it. You won't. Because you've agreed on a different type of compensation plan.
Yeah.
Other than things.
Yeah.
That's a soul covenant that allows that to happen.
Yeah. I think it's really.
You don't decide that when you're a freshman in college. You don't decide that when you graduate middle school to get confirmed. It was decided before you got here.
Yeah.
A soul covenant.
Yeah.
So what was that piece that you were just in the middle of saying?
I'd say I think this is going to be one of those that everyone's going to want to see. I mean,
it's like The Secret. The Secret was a phenomenon. You say that now. I know what you're doing. You're looking at it in comparison and saying, well, not, but what it did.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. No, but what I know, because Keith and I talked about that idea too, and the Secret had a limited audience. This has an unlimited audience because it's.
What do you mean it had a limited audience?
Well, The Secret took off to people who there was a ripeness, right? To people who really resonated with The Secret, and so that did. I mean, it was amazing. There was just a ripeness on the planet. That
right.
Just, boom.
Right.
I think this has an even bigger audience than The Secret.
You got to use the same word to make that point. You can't switch from rightness to audience. Rightness is rightness. In purpose, either right or it isn't.
Yeah. This
That was what
this
Jesus
definitely
said.
has a ripeness, but it's like The Secret was a lot about manifestation, right?
I'm not
And
talking about the moral of what they did in it. I'm talking about the impact.
no, I
How
know
all
you.
of
I know what you're talking about.
something was there, because it's not just about when it happens. It's about the reverb.
Right, but there's such a if you look around the planet, so many people are being touched by dis-ease, if you will, that I think that this is going to hit them more rather than like where The Secret did. There was a ripeness in the
You're
manifestation.
comparing. I'm not comparing when I make that statement. I'm saying it is used as a whole, like a fist, to punch a hole into the mindset of the current collective
Yes,
in
yeah,
a certain way.
yeah,
That's what I mean.
yeah,
I'm not comparing that. That's where everybody wastes all their time, in the quotients and the figures and the columns. I'm not comparing, because purpose doesn't come in pints, quarts, or gallons. You can't measure it. It's not quantifiable.
right, yeah,
Right. But that punch of the hole is what we're talking about.
yeah,
The awakening. That's the rightness.
yep,
Right.
yeah. It's this is gonna touch a lot of people.
It exactly. See how your eyes, you can't see it. But when I saw, that's another thing you better start embracing and getting out there. I don't know why you're so scared of it. They
What's
tell
that?
me you like your eye when you said it's gonna be your eyes were moving like this, like they were crossing the sky. I know that. I know how when they flash it. You think I don't know what you were looking at? I do. And then you said, then you come and look and say whatever syllable of what you saw you can say, which is enough. But
Yeah.
but there's some part about you keep a lot of it to yourself. You see how I'm whispering that? That means that was coming through me. That wasn't coming from me. You keep a lot of what you see to yourself. Are you still afraid that if you say too much, people are going to think you're crazy?
No.
Okay, what is it then?
I think I have a belief that there's a role that we each play, that there's like a play that's going on. And sometimes, in a play, when actors, your line, right? And so you say your line, and then you wait for the other actor to say their line before you say your next one. And I think a lot of my experience was I had the script to the play, and so I'd be stepping on people's lines. And what I learned to do is be more restrained and look to the left of the script to see where my name was. Like, oh, I'm that line, and so let that person go with their role.
You had to stop right there so you can so you'll be convinced I didn't just make that up after the fact. When I started laughing, I was writing, you were literally saying, stepping on some other's lines. It was literally coming out of your mouth at the exact same time as they're telling me to write down. Mark thinks he needs to hold back on capital AND/off the stage. And as I was writing the off stage and putting the underlines, you started speaking like an actor, stepping on other people's lines, script.
Yeah.
Right when I was writing that.
So read what you wrote again.
It says, thinks he needs to hold back on and off the stage.
Yeah.
So when I watched your eyes, that means when you're in with other people that know, like us, that's where you let it flood out. No one's asking you to be the authority out on TV and write books about it out there or talk about it even at dinner tonight. But when you're in the lab with other mad scientists,
You just let it flow.
you got to just let it flow.
Yeah. And I do that 100% in my coaching. When I'm with someone and they're paying me to be with them, or I just
Okay.
volunteer my time to be with them, but it's in the context of coaching. I show up
Divine gifts are
100%.
100%.
What's that?
Divine gifts are one size fits all. You
Meaning,
don't change the divine gift,
right?
or how you apply it. You are willing to be flexible about how freely you express it.
Okay.
That's all there is to it, because it's not cookie cutter. Stop comparing that. Well, it's like this here, but not. No, it should look like. It shouldn't look like. Say if it was a track and field track with the lanes divided, and each lane was a different color, and it's a circle. It shouldn't look like Olympic rings, all straightened. It should look like a tie-dye, like this. Eventually,
Yeah.
it should be, the colors are supposed to all the lanes start moving freely. They do flow.
Yeah.
It's like you're reserved. You think about it. You have like a machine, like a giant computer that envelopes go in and something pops out and then steams it up. It's like all these different things, and you can do it in warp time and come back in. See, I would have never caught it, but they let me see it in some kind of slowed down version.
You saw it.
Yeah.
Hey, tonight, by the way, what's the plan?
I don't know. We still got to plan it.
Oh, okay. So
I'm thinking, I'm gonna tell them to probably get in an Uber and meet like halfway.
Okay. They're right down in the city.
Yeah. So what town do you think that should be?
For dinner?
Yeah.
Well,
so that, because it's a work day for us.
Yeah, I have a client session at 4.
Traffic.
And I was going to go after, but then I was going to, if I had to get to the city, I'd have to reschedule her. What's halfway? Like Rosemont or like
I don't know.
further in?
Let me get Brian on a break. He knows all those points and knows restaurants.
Okay.
I'll get with him and help, and then I'll send you some options.
Yeah, I just I kind of need to know like when I need to leave here.
That's why we got to figure out where it is.
I can arrange with her.
That's why we got to figure out where it is, because.
And then are we going to drive together again, or do you want to drive separately?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right, cool. All right,
it's
so give me
you and me.
What's that?
Brian's not going. Brian's working.
Oh, he's not going.
Okay. He works till 7 on. And plus, we got a short week. Jason's wedding. We leave Thursday.
Okay. All right. So just text me and we'll figure it out.
Okay. Huh. You better think about that. Thinks he needs to hold back on and off the stage, stepping on others' lines and script. Man, that was see right there. You were doing the waltz with the co-creation, and it had to come in. See, it's trying to get you to understand. Let me tell you these. Let me show you these things, but there'll always be a need to send someone in, because that's just how badly they want us to get it.
Yeah.
You're cheating. You're cheating people out of something when you don't do that. When you don't figure this thing out that they're talking about.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know it. I feel it. I mean, I see the impact that, when I'm in that zone. I've seen it again and again and again and again. So I hear what you're saying.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
All right. That was a good one.
I'm willing.
Hey, boy, Keith's the real deal.
Yeah, he's good.
He's got a huge anointing.
Yeah. You saw the trailer, right? You watched it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you
I
gotta
didn't
watch
get,
the
you guys didn't give me it.
Yeah, it's in the email that I sent you.
I got that pulled up back here.
Yeah, the one that I sent you with his bio.
Well, he sent me the stuff. Or did you forward what he sent? I got all that stuff.
Yeah, I forwarded what he sent where he gives you the talking points or whatever. It's in there.
Yeah, I have, but that's what I'm saying. I got like two or three sets of all of it. Because he sent me something twice. And then I have what you sent. And they're in different, his stuff is, see, is this his or yours? This is yours.
Yeah, it was in his with the, it's worth watching.
Trailer?
Yeah.
I don't see a trailer. I'm in here now.
Here, I'll forward it back to you.
Book launch, because I used, it's open because I was pulling from it for today.
Yeah, look right below. It says it's theinsideeffects.com. That link. The
Does
first
it
link.
say trailer?
No.
Well, how would I know it's a trailer?
Because to the left of the link it says, "How can we see trailers and watch the film?"
Oh, that's in the talking points. That wasn't even in there.
Yeah, that's in there. So it's that. So if you click on that, you can see the trailer.
Okay. Okay, I got it. All right. So let me text you. Let me just grab that. Save copy link.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if we're going like
a suburb,
a 7 o'clock dinner in the city, or like 6:15, 6:30 in the burbs.
In the burbs.
If it's in Naperville, I could do 5:30.
Well, I don't want them to Uber all the way to Naperville.
So if it's in Chicago, if it's downtown, I would say.
Or no, I don't want to go all the way down there. We went to the show.
Yeah.
You got to kind of split it.
Yeah.
I mean, because we got to work. They traveled a mile. That's different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't be.
Are they staying? Do you know where they're staying?
Trump Towers.
Okay.
I'm trying this damn internet. Okay. I was making sure I had it in there so I could watch the trailer. Okay. I'll talk to you this afternoon.
All right. Let me know.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.